I'm joined now by Stacey Abrams, former Democratic candidate for governor in Georgia. She founded the Southern Economic Advancement Project, hosts the podcast Assembly Required. She was just attacked by name during Donald Trump's joint address to Congress, and we will get to that. Stacey, I have to say, politicians, that sort of campaign in poetry and govern in prose, and there's a fair amount of that. But this kind of, I'm going to get prices down to like, suck it up, losers, stop whining about your cheap toys, is a pretty head-snapping one by any standard.
I mean, look, he campaigned in promises, and he's governing like a Ponzi scheme. He is pretending that Americans are suckers and that they're not going to remember that he promised to lower prices, and instead he is taking money out of their pockets. He is doing everything in his power to reward the wealthy and reward his cronies at the expense of the American people. And I just don't think we're dumb enough to fall for it long term. And I think what he's hoping is that people will forget everything that you just played, that people will forget that he promised to lower egg prices. And instead, we are facing lowered wages, or at least wages that aren't moving. And we are watching communities react in very visceral terms because they can't afford Donald Trump.
Yeah, you're starting to see, it's interesting. Everyone's been so lockstep in line with him. But on the tariffs, you can start to hear how freaked Republicans are. Here's Senator Kennedy, I believe, of Louisiana. Take a listen.
I'm worried about the tariffs. We're in very obscure territory. We're in uncharted waters. I think if the tariffs do start to cause inflation, I think the president will back away from them.
You can hear, like, Trump doesn't want to back away. Trump wants to say everyone's got to take short-term pain. Kennedy is saying, let's not go crazy here.
Well, we know in Georgia what is promised from these tariffs is that the average Georgia family, according to the Peterson Institute, will face rising basically $1,200 more per year to live in the United States, to live in the state of Georgia. And that's part of the reason they are reacting by attacking folks like me, those of us who are doing the work of actually delivering on the promises of what should be, not the Ponzi scheme that he's trying to create.
One of the ironies of the attack on you, and I'm going to play what he did, was that my understanding is that the program at the source of this whole thing is a program to lower costs for people. Do I have that top line correct?
You have it absolutely right.
Okay, so I'm gonna play what he had to say, and then I'm going to ask you to explain what the program is that was such an obvious, ludicrous laugh line for the Republicans there. Take a listen.
$1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Okay, so what is this organization? What is your relation to it, and what does it do?
In 2023 and 2024, I led a program called Vitalizing DeSoto. We worked in a tiny town in South Georgia to demonstrate that by replacing energy inefficient appliances with efficient appliances, you can lower your cost. And in fact, we accomplished that. For 75% of the community, they got appliances that are lowering their bills right now. We had one woman who saw her electric bill cut in half from $180 to $98. That's what we delivered. And based on that program, a coalition of organizations, famous organizations, came together and said to the EPA, if we can do this here, we can do this for millions more Americans. Let us invest the money of America in lowering the cost for Americans. And the EPA said, okay, great, go for it. And they then granted those dollars to this coalition of organizations who came together, bringing 250 years and $100 billion worth of experience to doing this project. What they are angry about is that it's going to work, because we know it can work. And in fact, the hypocrisy is that just today, the EPA quietly released funds for one portion of this program, $7 billion, where $100 million of that will go to West Virginia for solar projects. Another $60 million will go to Alaska for solar projects. They know this works. They know
Right.
it will reduce cost. They are angry about the fact that it is Democrats who know how to serve the American people and lower their prices. They know that they are about to cost Americans money, and that those of us willing to deliver results must be shut down before people notice.
Yeah, I just be clear on this. Like the lowest hanging fruit for anything having to do with climate is just efficiency. And it's
Yes.
You can weatherize homes, you can swap out old inefficient appliances, and what it does is it reduces carbon, it makes everyone's energy bills cheaper, and it makes people's lives. It's just like a total win-win-win. All it does is improve people's lives. There's no trade-off. If the government's going to pay for it as they are. I mean, the last question I wanted to say to you as a lawyer is it also struck me as I was hearing that and this weaponization of the government. It's just flatly unconstitutional to say we killed a federal grant because Stacey Abrams was associated with it.
I think that should terrify people, that if they are willing to do something like that, what will they do to you so that they can hide what they're trying to do for themselves?